I get a lot of people telling me I should talk more about my books, so that's what I'm going to do today on Greyhawk Grognard. If you've ever wondered where to start with Adventures Dark and Deep or which books actually add the most to your campaign, this video is going to walk through the entire line, what each book does, and who it's for. Whether you're a new player looking to get started with the game, a referee looking for stuff to expand your campaign, or even a retailer deciding what you'd like to stock, this video is going to give you a picture of how the whole system fits together. If something catches your interest, the links are below, but the goal here is to find what actually is going to fit for your table. So let's start off with Adventures Dark and Deep. So, Adventures Dark and Deep, this is the core rulebook, and there is a core bestiary that is just about as big. This is based on first edition AD&D, and it started off as my attempt to create the second edition that Gary Gygax wanted to create in the 80s, but he couldn't because he got booted out of TSR. So it's got all of the different classes that he was talking about in Dragon Magazine. So it's got jesters and bards and savants and mystics. It's got a cleaned up initiative system. It's got tons of new spells. It's got a skill system based on the one he created for Castles and Crusades, where you spend XP to get skills. But I took that idea and I really ran with it. But the core concept is you spend XP, you can get skills, rather than having skill slots and stuff like that, as they did in some of the later first edition books. This is an all-in-one book. All you need is this and the monsters, and you're good to go. It's got everything all in one. It's got a character sheet in the back. It covers just about everything you'd ever want to do. But the beauty of this is it looks intimidating, but it's really not, because you only need a very small sliver of the rules to play at the table. A lot of these things are options, and you can take them or leave them or not use them if you need to. You know, you're not going to use the stuff about the outer planes, but it's in here if you need it. You're not going to need all of the spells every day, but they're all in here if you need them, that kind of thing. So it just gives you tons of options. Think of it as first edition on steroids. It's if you liked Unearthed Arcana, you're gonna like this. And there's also the Bestiary, which has every monster from the original 3 monster books, plus more than 100 new ones. It's got undead dragons, angels, genie lords, she, and all kinds of really cool stuff that you can add into your game. So it's got a ton of really great stuff. Now, there's also a light version, which is pay what you want over on DriveThruRPG. And this only goes up to level 8. It's only got the 5 core classes: Bard, Cleric, Fighter, Magic User, and Thief. It's obviously, it's a complete game. It's got some monsters in here. It's got a sample dungeon. It's got all the combat that you need. It's a very, very stripped down version of the core rules, but it is a complete game. You can play it. It just doesn't have all the options. It doesn't have the subclasses and the sub races and all that good stuff that if you really like a lot of options, you want to get the core rules. But this is a perfect entryway into it, and then you can go from here into the core rules and not change your game at all. In addition to the core rules, I have expansion books for Adventures Dark and Deep. And the first two are the Book of Lost Lore and the Book of Lost Beasts. These are, if you have the core rules, you don't need these. This is just the new stuff. So if you're already playing something like Labyrinth Lord or OSE or Osric or Castles and Crusades or anything that's in that same genre, you could get these things. And this one gives you all the new classes. It gives you the optional rules, the skill system, all kinds of just cool optional stuff that you can drop into your game. And it's all fully compatible with old school type games. And then there's also the Book of Lost Beasts. This is just the new monsters. So if you are already playing an existing game and you like your rules and you don't want to have to get the whole thing because you've already got a lot of monsters and you just want the new ones, that's what these guys are for. Now, in addition to those two, I have 3 more additional rule books. These are supplements that you can use with either Adventures Dark and Deep or any other old school game. They're all compatible in the same way. First is the Book of Lost Tables. This is, as the name implies, this is nothing but random tables. This is such a cool thing for a lot of gamers. You love, us old school gamers, we love our tables. It's got all kinds of stuff. It's got random encounters. It's got how to do random dungeons, wilderness, and towns. So you can actually dice out a dungeon or a town or a wilderness, and then it'll populate it automatically with treasure and encounters and stuff like that. So you can actually use this to play solo. It's got weather. It's got why is the paladin here? What does the halfling have in his belt pouch? It's got random encounters for urban. It's got all different kinds of random stuff. It's got uh, critical hits and misses. It's just all kinds of really neat stuff that you can just drop into your game. And this is one of the most generic ones I have because you can use this with just about anything. Now, in addition, there is Swords of Wuxia. This is an expansion which covers fantasy China. This is my answer to Oriental Adventures back in the day because I always thought Oriental Adventures was too Japan focused. So this is all based on fantasy China. It's based on Chinese folklore, history, and wuxia movies, kung fu movies. It's got all new classes and races. It's got dogmen and monkey men. It's got monsters, it's got treasures and magic items and spells and everything, all taken from Chinese folklore. One of my favorite things in here, it's got a whole bunch of cool weapons, and one of them is the flying guillotine out of the movie from the 70s, which is really cool. It's got more skills, and it's also got a kung fu system that is based on the skill system. So any class can learn kung fu, and there's different styles of kung fu, and they stack, and you get different levels in them, and you spend XP to learn these things. Because of the way it's set up, any class can learn kung fu. So you can have a magic user who knows it. You don't have to be a monk to know kung fu, which is what I really love about this book. And there's also Swords of Cthulhu. This is another book that takes the game into a different genre. It is not like other Cthulhu based games because this is for fantasy role playing, right? This is for swords and sorcery. It's got new races, new monsters, new classes, new magic items, new spells, and it all comes from H.P. Lovecraft. Of course, it's got the gods, it's got the books, the Necronomicon and all that stuff. But in this version, you can have the Necronomicon in like the Sea Elven translation and stuff. And there's different spells you can get, and they have different effects. There's rules for the Dreamlands. There's new, just all kinds of really neat stuff, all based out of Lovecraft's work. So if you're eager to drop H.P. Lovecraft into your campaign, you want to do it with this book. And again, you can pick and choose out of all these. You could just take what you want and leave what you don't want. So if you want to have the cultist class in here, but you don't want to have the scholar split class, you can do that. That's fine. If you just want to drop in one My Go into your campaign, you could just take it right out of here. So those are the supplement books for Adventures Dark and Deep. And of course, I've got adventures, and this isn't even all of them. I've got more that I just don't have a hard copy handy. These are called Greyheim Adventures, and they can be dropped into any campaign setting or one in particular if you're interested in that sort of thing. There's different series of adventures. There's the V series, which is set in the hamlet of Volage. It starts off, and there's witches and werewolves and just fighting evil forces fighting for control of a village and the surrounding area. There's the R series, which starts off as a more traditional dungeon crawl in the Great Rift, and then turns into an Underdark adventure where it ends up in a lost world with dinosaurs and demons and so forth. There's a pirate series. There's the Bitterbark's Circus, which is in a demi-plane ruled by an evil jester. There's others. There's the Music Land, which is the land of living musical instruments, and it's filled with all kinds of musical puns. There's a bunch of these that you can add into your thing, and they're very reasonable. And last but not least, I have The Castle of the Mad Archmage. This is another phone book. This is my homage to Castle Greyhawk. It is a 14 plus level mega dungeon. It is truly massive. I mean, you get 14 levels like this. It covers all kinds of experiences. Yeah, there's a gladiatorial arena. There are caves and caverns in the lower areas. There's a more standard ruins above, and then there's the first level with killer kobolds and stuff. It's got just about everything you want. And as you get deeper in the dungeon, it kind of conforms to the level of the party. So if you've got a 5th level party, you want to go to level 5. And there are ways to get into the deeper levels of the dungeon directly without having to retrace your steps every time you want to go down there. And when you buy it on Drive-Thru RPG, you will also get a set of VTT-friendly maps, which is very nice because you don't want to see all of the secret doors and traps and things like that. And it is a very much of an old school dungeon crawl. It has a funhouse dungeon feel in a lot of places. In a lot of places, it's got a lot of factions, and the orcs. This orc tribe doesn't like that orc tribe, and they both don't like the hobgoblins and stuff. So you can actually interact with them. It works best when you, as a DM, actually give the players a chance to interact with the creatures that live there, turning it into a real living environment rather than just going in and killing everything in sight. And of course, because that's not big enough, there are expansion levels. These are more themed levels. We've got the Brumal Realm, which is all sorts of cold monsters, and there's the followers of Saint Nicholas are there, and there's a Krampus-like creature. There's the Gardens, which is very heavily into plants and so forth. There's the museum and the watery caves. The museum has all kinds of cool artifacts and so forth. And there's a new one coming that I just finished kickstarting, so there's more to come there too. And in all of those adventures, most of those adventures, you get new monsters and new magic items and stuff like that. So it's going to expand out the game. So that is what we got. I hope this has been interesting for some of you. And again, if you are a retailer and you're looking at this, just shoot me an email to the email you'll find below, and I will be happy to send out an order form. So hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will talk to you all later.
Thanks for watching today's video. Please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Below you'll find links to my Patreon, which helps make these videos possible. You'll also find the web store where you can buy my books, and my blog where you'll find all sorts of free downloads and other articles. Thanks, and have a great day.